Welcome to today's edition of the show podcast.
Score 1 for Team Impact. Ever since Kenny Omega began appearing on Impact Wrestling, he has been one step ahead of his adversaries at all times. Omega was back in the Impact Zone tonight, April 8, 2021 for Impact's move to Thursdays. Impact brought out the big guns for the Bullet Club trio of Omega and the Good Brothers against Rich Swann, Willie Mack, and Eddie Edwards in the main event. The tide finally turned for Swann heading into his Impact World Title vs. AEW World Title matchup with Omega at the Rebellion PPV on April 25. The main event contest went close to 25 minutes. Bullet Club attacked prior to the opening bell, but Team Impact quickly got back on track with flying attacks. Edwards connected on a suicide dive, Mack hit a slingshot plancha, and Swann flipped into the air. The match formula was the Bullet Club wearing down one opponent to set up a hot tag. That house of fire would blaze for a bit, then get doused until another hot tag. Rinse and repeat a few times. The pace became spicy when the action broke down into a chaotic flurry. Omega had Edwards leaning on the ropes ripe for a V-trigger, but Edwards dodged to counter with a German suplex. Carl Anderson blasted Edwards with a European uppercut. Swann put Anderson down with a pinwheel kick. Luke Gallows booted Swann in the face. Mack attacked with a forearm shot to Gallows. Omega had the last laugh by exploding for a V-trigger to Mack. In the final showdown, Omega and Swann duked it out. Omega had Swann up for one winged angel, but Swann escaped, then uncorked strikes, kicks, and a 450 splash. Omega was in serious trouble as Swann went for the cover. 1-2 Don Callis pulled Swann's foot to interrupt the pinfall. Anderson arrived with a big boot to a distracted Swann. Machine Gun continued with a fireman's carry cutter, but Swann kicked out on the pin. The Good Brothers set up a magic killer for Swann, then Edwards made the save. Mack clotheslined Gallows out of the ring. Swann struck with a handspring cutter to Anderson. Edwards followed with Boston Knee Party. A Phoenix splash from Swann earned the victory on Anderson. This match was mostly about making Swann look strong. The story for the upcoming PPV bout is if Swann can kick out of Omega's famous finisher. It is as if a loss by Swann is a certainty, and everyone knows it. Impact attempted to create a little bit of doubt as best they could when Swann showed he has what it takes to earn the 3 count on Omega. Swann's escape of the one-winged angel and subsequent flurry of offense put him on the doorstep of pinning the pro wrestling god. I still think Omega collecting the Impact belts is a sure thing, but at least Swann now has momentum heading into the title versus title match at Impact's Rebellion PPV on April 25. Also of note for the AEW crossover into Impact, there was no paid commercial this week from Tony Khan and Tony Schiavone. Those had been used on Tuesdays to promote Wednesday Night Dynamite. It will be interesting to see if Khan cooks up a different reason to buy airtime on Thursday nights going forward. Does Rich Swann's close pinfall on Kenny Omega make you believe he has a chance to win the AEW World Championship at Rebellion?